Hey guys.
Yo.
Welcome back to We Them Girls Podcast. That girl Mel here.
Annabelle in the cut.
This is the second week in a row you've been delayed.
I was trying to make sure I had my stuff together.
Well, anyways, how are you guys doing?
You better be good. No.
I hope y'all doing good.
Hopefully, I'm all right.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel better than last week?
Yeah. Back in order.
I'm doing all right. I was a little tired earlier.
Sometimes you be a little tired.
I'm a little hungry now, though.
I am hungry.
Yeah, I need a little something to munch on.
A little cookie?
Yeah. A little chocolate covered almond or something.
I'm into it enough. I'm sick of myself.
Listen, I feel like I'm going to get control this week. I have to. It's been too many carbs and...
Yeah, it's rough. This is the time, though. Like, I was in Walmart this morning. I was like, "Oh, Charlie, it's chili time."
I think somebody had posted, they was like, "What in a bowl of chili is this weather doing?" or something like that. It feels amazing outside. I was like, "Ooh,
it's a little cool.
Some chili do sound fine."
Well, I'm not ready. Noodles go in chili
if you want them.
Yeah, I can eat them with or without.
I can too,
but I'm gonna eat a noodle.
I like a little noodle in my chili. But if you ain't got no noodles available, then, I'm going to be all right.
I'm going to buy some.
Give me some crackers, though.
Ooh, crumble.
Crumble them up.
With a little cheese, melted cheese. Mm-hmm.
You like sugar in your chili?
Who?
Sugar.
I do a little dab right now and again.
I like a little sugar and some hot sauce.
No.
But you don't do hot sauce.
Some people do peanut butter.
I'm not doing that.
It's not nasty, but I ain't going to do it.
I don't want that.
Use the sugar. Exactly. It does the same thing.
And I don't really want my chili to...
It don't taste like peanut butter. It's just sweet.
That's what I got the sugar for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the hot sauce kind of balances it out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't need no sour cream in my chili, though. People do like the cheese and the sour cream. It's probably good, but I don't necessarily need it.
Netta's style.
You stupid. I would never eat any of Netta's food.
Absolutely not. Disgusting.
And she look like she be licking her fingers and stuff.
Hey, do she?
Yeah.
I need to get like an apron or a little towel to keep on me.
I want an apron. I need a cooking apron.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'll be cute. A cute one, though.
Mm-hmm. You can get one on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
What you
need to get a personalized one. Yep.
Well, if you haven't already, press pause here and go follow us on Instagram and YouTube.
Please do.
Please.
Please do. Where? You can't just tell them to go follow us and they don't know where.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, you got paused. My bad. Do your thing.
Website coming soon.
Website coming
soon. Brandon's working on some stuff for us, y'all. We working on some stuff for y'all, too. Mm-hmm. But you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at We Them Girls Pod. Mm-hmm. And on YouTube at We Them Girls Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And check us out on all of your streaming platforms.
Period.
Do I have a good news voice? No, this wouldn't be news. We like radio.
I'm not talking like it.
This would be radio. And then bust out laughing like it.
Right. I don't know. Sometimes they have like a seductive, you know whose radio voice I love?
Who?
Bella Ray.
Oh, yeah.
I love her radio voice.
Yes,
but it's crazy because her radio voice is like her regular voice. Yeah. She does a great.
Yeah.
People have a lot of people, some people have voices for radio.
Mm-hmm. Like I used to enjoy Keisha Nicole. Is that what's her name? Yeah, Keisha Nicole.
I think so.
She's in Houston now.
Sure.
Yeah. But I used to like her show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people. She's a radio personality in Cincinnati, but her name is Ebony J.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to college together.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment we met her, we was like,
she's
gonna be on radio.
Yeah.
And she had a radio show on our college radio station or whatever. And she's doing amazing things in media. Mm-hmm. And she's got her own media school now.
Ooh.
In Cincinnati. She's booked and busy all the time, but she's just got that heart for people. Like, she wants to make sure, like, if you want to do this, I want to help you.
I think everybody should be like it.
Everybody's not, though.
They not. People don't want to see you be great.
No. A lot of people want to, like, gatekeep information.
Gatekeep and charge you. I asked somebody one time, I was like, hey, can I shadow you? And she was like, yeah, for like $1,000. And I was like, for an hour?
That's crazy.
No, ma'am.
And it's crazy because when we were coming up, like when we were in high school and stuff, you had to shadow people.
You had to shadow.
To get certain hours in order to graduate. Now people's charging.
And you know, when people ask me, yeah, just let me know.
All you're doing is coming in and watching me.
That's it. What are you going to take from me? You get your own clientele. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
You know.
I think that's the only reason people gatekeep is because they're so afraid that if I give you this information, you're going to go and do more with it than I did.
And if so,
step your game up. Like,
it is what it is.
It's way too much out here for us all to eat.
Yeah.
For us to, like, continue to gatekeep information. Now, when it comes to, like, consulting and, like, getting, like, vast amount of information and detailed and all of that, I understand, like, charging people for that because it's like, I paid for the information that I'm giving you. But, like, little stuff, like, if you just got a little question or something, or, like, sometimes just do it out the kindness of your heart. It's really not.
It's not always about the money.
It's not always about the money. But you know how we do.
Blacks. No.
Just a black. But how you been? What you been up to? We ain't caught up in a minute on the pod.
What I've been doing? I've been doing some things and I'm proud of myself. So I'm excited to learn new stuff. I'm a dance mom, so that's my life.
You are a dance mom.
That's my life.
Charlie be dancing. She's serious about it, y'all.
She don't play.
No.
She better not. It's paid for and contracted. You ain't gonna quit.
You ain't gonna act no fool when we get up in here and these people's establishment.
We'd have to pay until next August.
Then it's extracurricular activities for these kids. It's expensive.
They are high.
And they said it was expensive when we was doing this. So ain't no telling what it is. Well, you can tell us what it is now.
It's high.
A whole lot.
And then she's got like competitions back to back to back to back.
The fact that she's 4 and she's going to be doing competitions.
It's crazy. Luckily, she doesn't. It's like 2 or 3 of them she doesn't have to do. It was one at the end of the month that was optional. Then she has a mandatory one. And it just goes on from there. Like, it's crazy.
Does she be excited to go to dance? Or
yeah, and it has put her on a schedule. So she's like, Mommy, what do I have to do today? Do I have dance today? Do I have school today?
Oh, that's good. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, so she knows like she's going to school first, and then after that she's got to go to dance. And it's her own community. Like, although the girls are older, like, they accept her because I think she's the youngest one out of the.
And she probably loves that because they probably treat her like a little princess.
They definitely do. So I think she's the youngest one on the competition team because like they have younger kids, but they do like recreational dance. So yeah, I think she's like the last one to turn 5. So yeah, I'll be way out during the week.
Yeah.
Because she goes for like 4 hours. Yeah, it's crazy. But she's working out and she's on a schedule, so it's cool.
She's got a dance body for sure.
She definitely does.
And it's like she just came out with them arms and them legs. Like Angela Bassett.
It's crazy because my mama was saying the other day, she's like, she's built just like you. And I was like, she was born with this body. I had to work for this body because I was built like you. So,
that's funny.
It's cool. Like, it's dope. What you been doing?
Girl, you know, life been lifing. Life has been lifing. You know, a lot of you do know my dad passed away.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Shout out to Big Mike, the coldest in the city. Everybody done at some point encountered him, got their hair cut by him when he was cutting hair, know him in some capacity. But yeah, that was, unexpected. Um, Definitely took me off guard. I didn't. You know how like because we've had discussions about how we're getting older and like the mortality of our parents is just getting more real because we all got to go at some point. But I just didn't know that it was gonna happen now. Like I just did not see myself joining this club this soon. So yeah, that's been hard. It comes in waves. The whole grief thing. Listen, we can talk about grief all day long, but until you actually experience losing a parent, that is the weirdest shit. I mean, excuse my French. That is the weirdest stuff. And I just kept saying, like, it feels weird. And it feels weird because, like, it don't always feel real.
And it's just something that you can't control.
No.
Like, that's it.
That's it. Like, I'll literally have moments where I'm like, dang, you really not here no more.
Which is crazy because it's like, it's so much life to live.
Like, he lived 10 minutes away from me.
It's crazy.
And you really, like, real deal not here no more. Like, that, I think that is, like, the weirdest thing to come to grips with. Like, I really can't just text you or call you no more. Like, my daddy's text messages and phone calls used to irritate the mess out of me because he would go on these long rants and he would send me these long paragraphs that you would have to really read to know what he was talking about because he don't put punctuation in nothing that he sends. So it'd be this long paragraph of a text message. You'd be like, what is he just looking at it? What is he talking about? But you got to read it to see. But the fact that I'm not gonna get them no more is weird. Mornings were the hardest for me for like 3 weeks because, like, when you sleep, you ain't gotta think about it. You wake up to the realization that oh shoot, they not here. Like that's it's just I'm doing a lot better. The crazy thing that I've noticed about someone passing, or at least in my experience, my daddy passing, we didn't have like the closest relationship. When he was here, I think just like our upbringing and like his parenting style and stuff, I think I had a lot of negative things to say about him. I had some positive too, but when they're here, the negative just stands out more because you just picking, or you can point the finger or whatever. But we were getting closer. But when they're gone, you're not thinking about none of that negative stuff. All of the good memories and funny memories and like all of that stands out way more than any of like the negative things that you could think of or say about a person, because I think it just becomes more real that they was just human and we all dealing with stuff. Like,
but you know the crazy thing is you can't like tell your parents to change their, like, we can work on changing how, but they are so stuck in their ways. And I think it's aggravating because like I'll be trying to like pay attention to that too. Like, especially when I get aggravated. So it's like I just go and sit and be quiet versus trying to argue back, because it's like, don't nobody know when tomorrow is if tomorrow's coming or not.
No.
So it's like,
and it's like all the stuff that you was arguing about, all the stuff that y'all got in disagreements and stuff about. None of that matters when they not here no more.
Yeah,
you just want your parent back. So it's like I'm thankful that there were enough good memories. To like hold me to where I don't have to only think about like the bad stuff. But yeah, it's just like I'm thankful also that a while ago I was able to just look at him differently, like look at him as just a man struggling with his own stuff, rather than my daddy who put his stuff before me. Because that kind of helped me just reconcile our relationship, and I was able to just view him differently, and so
I think also you're able to do that being an adult.
I don't think every
Like you
adult's able to do
still
that.
you
I
still
think
the
it helped.
child,
Yeah, it helped being
but
an
you're an
adult doing
adult
that.
also, so you see, like, okay, this is what they struggling with. They're human too.
Yeah, I think once like you start to heal pieces of yourself and realize you be struggling out here, then it's easier for you to see your parent as not just your parent. Like they was here struggling with and dealing with life before you got here. So like them being your dad or your mom is not their only role in life. But yeah, like I'm just taking it day by day. Every now and then, like I'll have moments during the day. It thankfully is not overtaking me as much as it was. It's still fresh. It's only like a month out. Literally a month out today. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm just thankful. I think what brings me the most solace is that he's not suffering no more.
And it's weird to see somebody go through it, like especially when y'all close. Because I told your mama when we was sitting there. I don't know if it was at the funeral, maybe. And she was asking what was wrong, and I was like, she was like, somebody say something? I was like, no, I don't think anybody said anything. I think it's just, it's just one of them moments. And I was like, she's just different. And I was like, not in a bad way, but in a way like, this is just different.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already told her that it's gonna come and go. Like, I ain't never experienced it, but I was like, I know, just listening to people who have lost their parents, I was like, I could imagine it's like really hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then finding out while you at work.
Yeah.
I was like, no good. Thankfully I was on my last client, but that was extremely hard. But I feel like it's brought me and my family closer. I appreciate that. It makes me just take less things for granted.
Yeah.
And not take certain things so serious. Because it just don't be that deep.
It don't be that deep.
None of this stuff is gonna matter.
It's not that deep. Ever.
Like, yes, things are still gonna annoy me. Yes, people are still gonna get on my nerves, and I'm gonna still be in my feelings about certain stuff. But at the end of the day, when somebody's like, none of this matters. I'm not finna fall out with nobody or hold a grudge with somebody for however long just so I can stand 10 toes down on how. That really does not matter because if you standing on business today and God happens to call them home tomorrow, who's gonna be feeling? You gonna be the loudest one. So I can't say that I have any regrets. Like, if there's anything that I can say I wish we were closer. But that ain't really nothing that I could have changed. But at the end of the day, it was my daddy. Love you, daddy. That's all I get. Yeah, we making it.
Yeah. It'll be all right.
It's gonna be all right. Anything you want to free yourself from?
I don't think I have much. I think that when you said like it was something you said not so long ago about like being close with your parent and when we was talking about you being an adult and your parent being an adult, like I think just and I know I talk about being a mom a lot
because you're a mom, and
I enjoy it. Like I don't hate. I know some people like hate being a parent, and I don't hate it, but like I think just being an adult, I want my parents to understand that I'm an adult. I think they still see me as like a child, and it's like I'm an adult with a child, but just like being a different type of parent. Like, I'm going to discipline Charlie, which I want her to know that. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that I don't love you or I don't like you. Like, I think right now, because she's taller, she thinks that I'm the worst person in the world, which that really can't hurt your feelings. But I think she thinks that I'm the worst person in the world. But I also want her to be comfortable and know that we both human. So I've just been like working on my communication with her. And I love it. It's so fun because she's so intelligent and we can like sit and have a conversation. You know, she asks some questions that I don't have an answer to, but I just want to parent in a different way and in a different direction so that she knows that she's safe and that we can have conversations and, you know, be able to hang out and her not feel like she has to hold back. Because I feel like your parents, they may not know you for real. I feel like it's some stuff that some parents don't know about you. Like, you cannot know your kid.
100%.
Because sometimes I'm like, no, that ain't it. So I just don't want her to be that way. Like, I want her to be able to properly communicate with her parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's it.
Well, good. Yeah, I think y'all have a great relationship. She don't have no problem expressing herself at all.
She's too much.
She's funny. And I love the relationship that I have with Charlie. She loves me.
Girl, if she asked me if we're going to meet Mel's one more time, girl, it's 9 o'clock. We just going to meet Mel's at on home.
I love it. She be coming up and hugging me, and she don't be wanting to let go. And now be sometimes I'll be like, all right,
it's enough. Because she gets to be in too.
Especially when she's sleepy. I'll be like, girl,
I told you.
Back up. But no, I think y'all gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
I would say I am really enjoying my car rides with my niece, my oldest niece, Lily, because I have to take her to school on Friday mornings. And every Friday or Thursday, she'd be like, "Don't forget to pick me up, girl. I know
I'm not coming. Figure it out."
But no, it's just really fun to see her grow up. For one, she's gonna be 13 next month.
That's crazy.
That's insane to me. It don't even.
I said, dang,
right.
I've been knowing you since you was 3. That's wild.
It's crazy.
That's how I flew by.
She's taller than me. I know I say that all the time, and it don't really take much to be taller than me. But the fact that she's only 12.
Not mine.
And she's tall.
Charlie's half your height.
She's so cute. But shut up. She is. Charlie always be telling me, I'm bigger than you. No, you're not. And then back up. But no, I've just really been enjoying this time. Like, I be playing only like old school R&B. Or
you're giving Waiting to Excel.
Period. But yeah, I want her to listen to the good stuff. Or if I play like new school, it's got to be like some good stuff. But we just be talking, and I feel like she's getting more and more comfortable. She told me the other day, because when we was in the shop, I was like, I think we talked like the next day or a couple days after that. I was like, Lily, did you hear? It was like 2 people that asked if you was my sister. And she was like, no. I was like, yes. They were like, so is that your sister? I was like, no, it's my niece. And she was like, yeah, that's because I don't look like your niece. I just feel like you're like my best friend.
Aww.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
That's cute.
It's my dog.
We're trying to turn her on to some 3LW.
I know. At first she was like, but then she started bopping. I was like, girl, you know you like it.
It's our old school.
Right, because I was like, do you know who this is? She was like, no. I was like, well, 2 of the members was in Cheetah Girls. She was like, oh. Because I made her watch Cheetah Girls, too. I made her watch 1 and 2.
Because we didn't have a Cheetah Girls night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I get. Y'all, what we talking about?
Cam Newton. Hey, Cam Newton is something.
He's a special kind of
person that you gotta accept.
100%. I feel like with him, you either like him or you love him. I mean, no, you either like him or you don't.
Yeah. I think he knows that too.
Yeah. Because he's gonna be him regardless.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
I said he be trying to use a whole bunch of big words and make himself sound better. Boy, shut up.
I hate when people do it and don't be making no sense. Or don't be having the impact that you think it does.
No. Because I just be looking like, what?
Please.
Stop.
Please.
Your girl, I seen a clip with your girl on there. What's her name? Iyanla?
Oh, she was on his show?
Yeah. And she was talking about being a mother. But I was just looking at her hair.
What's it doing?
She had, she's got the short cut, but she had the braids on top, and they was pulled over into this side ponytail. I said, ma'am.
It wasn't giving.
Why didn't you put it on top of your head or just let them hang?
Because you wanted a little razzle-dazzle. Put it over to the side.
And it was one of them, like, loop, like she just... and this hair was hanging down over here, and it was in this bun. You know the loose bun? She didn't even wrap the rest of the hair around. She just let the rest of that hair hang.
Maybe it was an accident and just happened to fall like it.
They should have checked you before y'all started.
Hey, she's like, at this age, take me as I am.
Yeah, but he's a bit much for me. Just like the controversy of him and his girlfriend.
So basically, if y'all haven't watched the Cam Newton podcast episode with Dr. Cheyenne
Bryant,
I think so.
I think that's right.
That's what we're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all have probably seen all the clips going around. But she got him together a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I know he was sitting there like...
He was like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, play the clip.
Yeah. Okay, here's the clip.
As high as...
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just...
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get how you're saying it, yes.
So you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So...
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to. I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
You're jumping in, jumping out. It's either...
No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so. Okay. So I'm not going to allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yeah.
My preference, because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids, so I don't want to put that narrative out there.
Yeah.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is. Because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households.
I don't think that he likes that she be making sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think that he doesn't like that she's making sense in what she is saying is hitting home for him. Because he clearly does not enjoy taking accountability.
At all.
It just,
he was trying to gaslight her big time.
Probably physically hurts him to take accountability. You can't gaslight somebody that's healed and knows what you're trying to do.
And has a degree in this and can point out what you got going on is wrong.
And if you're not good at gaslighting.
Because again, you're trying to rearrange your words to sound a certain way, and they don't.
I was dating this one guy for a hot second. And he would try to manipulate, try to gaslight, but it would be in such an obvious manner that it's like, I see you coming a mile away, sir. It's not working on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he was trying to, because he knew that I got my degree in psychology, he was really trying to see if he could really pull the wool over my ass. Boy, sit back, because what you're trying to do is not working. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do. And it's not working. And it's okay. I feel like the word broken home triggers him. Because that's what you're creating. One, it's not saying that you are out here purposely damaging your kids. because I don't feel like that's what you're trying to do. But I think the fact that she called him out on creating these broken homes, which is that's really what it is. Like, love it or hate it, that's what it is. When you don't have both of the parents in the household
and they're separated,
it's a broken home. Now, that's not to say that if both of the parents were still together in that home, that it would be a healthy environment for the child. But just by definition, that's what you out here creating. So just accept that and then listen to whatever else she got to say.
I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identify that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them.
Yeah.
But also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I will
No, not multiple. I'm talking
a kid. It doesn't matter.
You're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't be a broken man. That's not what I said.
What I'm getting from that, like,
listen to what
let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness.
Right.
So will I?
He's basically trying to say, like, he's trying to make it seem like she's saying that she's going to be with a man. You're allowed to date. You have to gather information on somebody. Like, she knows this about this man. It don't mean that she's going to be with him.
And she has clearly stated, no matter how much you try to get her up off of that, she's clearly stated that she's not going to date a man with kids.
Right.
Which is fine. She's not saying that anybody that dates you is wrong because you got kids. She's saying, as for me, I'm choosing to not date a man with kids because I don't want to do that. And I don't have to.
Sir, you have 8 children.
I don't have to do that. Just because your girl chose to date you with all them kids, that was her choice. Now, y'all can think what y'all want, but that's who she chose.
And I was going down a rabbit hole on her too, and she was basically just because people when they see stuff like this they go in because he didn't say her name or she doesn't say his name, then it becomes a big deal. But even the stand up that she did where she was like, y'all be saying I could never or that I won't do something until a rich nigga put pressure on you. Now, never say never. But I'm gonna look at the situation. If we got 8 kids, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. And
it's just off top.
If you have certain standards that you stand on, then it don't matter what's dangled in front of you. You're not gonna do it.
And she's I feel like she's a woman that loves love and wants to be loved. And when she was talking about being a servant to him, some women just enjoy that.
Because I saw people eating her up in the comments when she was like, I just love to serve. I love being a servant. I love to serve my family. I love to serve my man. All of that. One, I didn't see an issue with that part. I think the issue that I saw was, one, because people was like, you're supposed to serve your husband, not just your boy. But I feel like if you're in a relationship and you love that person, you're not going to just not serve and then all of a sudden y'all get married and then switch over to being a servant. No, I feel like that's like typically, if that is in you, if you have the gift of service, then you serve not only your man, but you
everybody.
Because I know people like that.
And she even said, she was like, healing people is my superpower.
Yeah.
Like, I love doing it. Like,
but I think my only issue is, what are you getting in return? And I don't believe that you have to do everything just to get something out of it. But if you are serving to the point to where you're depleted and you don't have anything left for yourself and you also are not being filled back up. And I'm not saying that's her case because I don't know that situation.
We don't know that situation either.
Yeah, I don't know like y'all's relationship. But if you're not being filled back up and you're being depleted in your servanthood, then that's where I would have an issue. But I I don't really like to speak a whole lot on like the ins and outs of people's relationships because I don't know them.
No, I seen a post that said it was a meme that said rich niggas with money can get left too. Like
most of them should get left.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of rich niggas think that they don't have to provide anything else but that money.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have anything else to offer but their money.
But stop making these kids.
Yeah, let's get back on the broken homes.
Stop making these kids if you know that you don't want to be with that parent. Especially if it's like 10 of them.
Because
you knew after
ultimately, it does not matter how much money you have. When it comes to that child and what they would want the most and what they need the most, they need their parent. Like, my daddy was a provider. Like, he provided. But as far as being physically, like, available, involved in like my day-to-day, involved in my activities, because we grew up in the house with my daddy. Like, I saw my daddy every day. But when I say like what I wanted the most was his presence, he was at work all the time. And chose, like, he would rather be at work than at my activities. Then if I like needed some advice or something, I wasn't going to my daddy. Like, those little moments, like, your kids would rather have that than the little money you throwing in their account, or the shoes that you buying them because the new joints came out, or whatever event they want to go to. Yeah, all of that stuff is all fine and good, and yes, they can do and get whatever they want. But where you at? You can't be here all the time because you got 12 other kids.
Nick Cannon.
Him too, because she definitely went on his show and ate him up.
I'm going to have to watch that one.
Now, when I saw her in these clips, I was like, wasn't she just on Basketball Wives? That's where I
look familiar.
That's where I was first introduced to her. Was on Basketball Wives because she came on as Jackie's friend. And she was like pretty like quiet and reserved at first when she came on. And it was one episode, it was a couple episodes, she rubbed me the wrong way. And
she probably don't know everything.
She, of course not. But she like, so one episode that rubbed me the wrong way was when Evelyn had brought up she did like some little private investigation on Jackie and found out that Jackie was a prostitute or something back in the day. Allegedly. And she brought this information to the group and Dr. Cheyenne was there. And if you brought on as my friend, I expect you to, one, not laugh at all of this stuff at my expense and at least have my back. But she didn't. But two, it was another episode when she was just doing the most and I didn't like it. So, but when I saw her on the clips or whatever, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that this was like her profession. I was like, oh, she had some good stuff to say. But I also said she could not be my therapist.
Yeah, and then too, they got put on for Basketball Wives.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta make the episode worth watching.
But yeah, I just think that don't make these kids if you can't be in the home. And I know stuff happens, but we're adults.
I feel like they are being pretty intentional about what they're doing.
Once you get to a certain number about what you're doing, like,
you know what you're doing. Especially Nick Cannon. Let's get on him too.
He knows.
He knows
she
exactly.
Already said that though.
But when I say he was. It's so funny when you just let people talk. Because they really telling themselves. And he was just talking about, literally explaining how he manipulates some of these girls. And I don't think that he realized what he was saying in the moment. But you literally just gave us the blueprint on how it is you get these women. What it is that you say to make them fall for you. I will never understand the logic behind having all of these different kids with all of these different women.
It's wild.
What's the point? Especially with Nick Cannon, because it's like, with Cam Newton, 8 kids is a lot. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But Nick, What are you out here doing?
Yeah.
I really will never understand. And I understand that he doesn't believe in having like traditional relationships or whatever.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's beyond the relationships. You cannot believe in monogamy and still date all of these different women, but you don't have to have kids with them.
Right.
And that's what I'm not understanding.
Because some of them sign a contract with him, don't they?
Yeah.
Let me think.
So it's like if you just want to date them and do your thing or whatever, do that. But why do y'all continue to create these children out of it? That's the part I'm not understanding.
It's wild to me. Like, just...
Because Cam said he wanted more. And she was like, by who? And he was like, however God brings them.
Ain't no way.
What are you doing?
Ain't no way.
And I also didn't understand when he was like, my fear of getting divorced outweighs my desire to be married.
That's when he started using all them words.
Yeah, he still wasn't making no sense. But it's like, okay, one, you got to heal that part of you. I don't know what that is.
Because he was on B. Simone show.
Was he?
Kim knew when her and Meg was doing it together. And he was like, he just put some women in some really messed up situations because he was messed up.
So what are you doing now?
You can pay for therapy.
You can.
Go get it. He's like, and a lot of men do it. Like, he was like, they would come in, basically give him what he needed. He would take what he needed. And then they would be messed up in the end based off of what he was doing.
Happens every day.
Happens every day, B.
Every day, B.
That's crazy to me.
But why? What's the children part?
Why you gotta have kids with them?
Yeah, I don't understand how that correlates. If you don't want to be married, then don't be married.
Like,
but you don't have to create these children.
It's crazy. You think because you got money. No.
And because when y'all think about having these kids, y'all aren't thinking about them as adults.
Yeah.
And when we are adults, we got to heal all the trauma that y'all done caused as parents. That y'all weren't thinking about. Yeah, so think about that part first before you decide to have some kids.
Before you decide to have some stinking kids.
In all of these different households that you can't be present for.
And even she was like, even if you was to bring them all in the same household, like, it's not the same.
It's not.
I don't want to live with you and all of your baby mamas.
No.
And all your kids. No.
It's weird. Wives. And because I feel like in Nick's case, okay, you got all of these 12 kids spread out. Mm-hmm. Most of them are not going to have strong relationships with their siblings. Mm-hmm. So I have 11 siblings out here that I'm not close with and don't have a relationship with. You're not even thinking about that part.
And let them know who they are because you don't want them to link up and get together.
Because the thing is, like, if the mothers don't have a relationship,
right,
then it's on you to get all your kids together. Mm-hmm. But you're so busy, you're not getting all your kids together all the time. You got to work these schedules out to where you can spend time, personal time with each of your kids. Where does that leave time for you to get all of your kids together? And I wonder if he's gotten all of his kids together.
I wonder. But the question that I was asked, do you feel like love can control your life? My answer was no to that because I said I think that you would have to be with a controlling person for them to, like, for example, like if you in love with somebody and they just doing, and we've seen this plenty, and they just keep doing stuff, and you feel like because you in love with them, you just gotta keep it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I said no because I said it depends on the person and the situation. I said if y'all two people that are in love with each other, then I feel like if you was to ask your person maybe not to go out that night, that's not having control. Mm-hmm. That's you want them to stay in for a night and it be us. Mm-hmm. Cool. I don't think that that's a control thing. I said if it's one-sided, then I feel like, and if that person is controlling, then they can control you. I was like, but nah, like, if y'all on the same page, it's not a control issue. It's I'm working this out with my partner and I'm in a relationship and it's equally yoked. Like, it's balanced.
Yeah. I don't feel like love necessarily controls your life. I feel like you are in control of your life.
Right.
Now, if you allow love and your love for somebody to control or dictate your life, then that's on you.
It's on you.
I think that you can consider love in the decision making in your life, but I don't feel like it should necessarily control your life. Cause what's love got to do with it?
What's love got to do with it?
Nothing. I mean, I love you and all, but
no. If we're not on the same page, no.
And love is not the only thing that matters.
At all. It's not the only factor.
No.
Because I can be in love with you, but if you feel like you're going to dog me out, let's go on and...
We got to go.
Yeah. Let's end that.
Yeah.
That, no. So I said no to that.
Yeah, I say no as well.
Drink to it.
Period.
So yeah, I mean, people gonna do what they want to do. But stop making these kids in these broken homes.
Please. And then I think another thing with like Nick Cannon, because he would bring up like when he was about 9 kids in, they was like, why do you keep continuing to make these kids? Because at this point it's feeling a little factory-ish. What are you doing?
Some kids to make them shoes.
It's
put the diamonds on them.
You stupid. And he would bring up like his health,
sir.
And I'm like, okay, well, but what does that got to do with it? Because when you die,
then what?
Yes, I'm sure you've got everything in place for them to be taken care of when you gone. But what? I don't be understanding the correlation.
Because clearly right now you look fine.
I have this, health disorder or whatever, and so I might not be here that long, so I'm going to just
you've been here for about 10 years.
That it don't make sense to me. This just doesn't make sense.
You got the money to get the health care that you need. You looked sick at once upon a time. Sir, it's been about 10 years.
You all right. You're not the only one out here with lupus. Is that what you got?
I think so.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah, and that's not me discounting your illness or nothing.
Stop making kids out of...
Please.
Because what they got to do with you being sick?
And then, like, the more I was listening to her listening to their discussion, because I think he broke theirs up in, like, 3 parts or whatever. I was like, oh, this man is very unhealed. And he sounded so immature. It was like, oh, man.
And I think he think that he's that man.
He do. And she was just letting him know that you are not. And not in a, because I love the way that she talks to them. Because it's not in a demeaning way. But it's in a, I'm not going to let you just talk your way out of it and say some stuff that sounds good and me just back off. No, you need to hear this. And that's fine, because she didn't down them. She didn't degrade them. She just let them know what was up. And I appreciated that about her. Now, the one thing that I didn't really sit well with me if I were her client. She couldn't be my therapist because she, to me, feels like an overtalker. She's got to get her point out. Regardless of how long her point takes to get out. She's not going to let you get any words in.
Now, I'm here. I'm paying you. Let me talk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me talk. Even if what I'm saying is wrong, correct me after. But at least let me get it out. Like, she's going... To me, I felt like she did some cutting off. And she did some over-talking.
Yeah.
Now, y'all can disagree with me if y'all want to, but that's just how I felt about it. But that's why every therapist is not for everybody. And so while I think that she was great and they needed her.
She ain't going to be Cam Newton's therapist, though.
Hell no.
Piss him off every
Apparently, like, went online and was talking nasty about her. I don't remember. I mean, I didn't see it, but people were saying like, why would you invite somebody on your show and then be nasty to them? Which I don't understand that either.
That's
And
crazy.
just hear her out, like, and then you can have a discussion with her later. But I think it was when he probably saw all of the things that people were saying about him after it aired that really got him going. But I mean, it is.
Well, you be alright. Go to therapy. Find your new therapist.
Please don't go to her because you clearly not gonna hear anything that she has to say. But you still need to go to somebody that is going to tell you things that you might not want to hear. And take accountability.
Yeah, a lot of y'all don't do it either.
No, they say women don't take accountability.
We know when we wrong.
We know when we wrong. We might not want to admit it, but we be knowing.
We be knowing. And we can bring it up in the long run.
I think the older I get, the more I heal and the more I mature, the better I am at taking accountability. That's just a hard thing to do when you're not healed.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to hear when you're wrong. And don't point out when I'm wrong, but then if I point out where you wrong, you don't want to hear it. And then you won't say I don't take accountability. You don't either, nigga.
Then get all defensive.
I swear.
Boy, pipe down. You was wrong. Now sit back. Fix it or get gone. You know, I don't like to play all the time.
We all a work in progress.
Y'all get on my nerves.
Deanna say it at least every other day.
Y'all get on my nerves. That's all I got today.
That's all I get. Y'all, we're going to reiterate. Yeah. Are y'all following us? Please. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at We Them Girls Pod. Subscribe to our channel, We Them Girls Podcast on YouTube. And if you're listening to the episode, then go to the show notes and hit that send us a text message. Y'all be having so much to say to us in person. And we continue to tell y'all, either put it in the comments or send us a message so that we can actually talk about it on the episode. We want to create a dialogue with our community, not just in our chair.
Not in our chair.
Or not at the house. We're trying to grow the podcast community. So if you have some feedback, put it in the comments. If you have a question, put it in the comments or email it to us or send us a text message. We'd love to chat with y'all, but we want other people to chat with y'all too.
Y'all.
It's fun. But yeah. That's all I got. We'll be back next week. Audio Wednesday.
Visual on Thursday.
Bye.